7 years old, you couldn't even read properly yet. But your mind had already made a decision that would control your entire life. It decided how much love you deserve, how much success you're allowed to have, and whether this world is safe or something to survive. Nobody ever asked you if this was okay. You never gave permission for any of it to happen. But somehow, a child wrote the entire blueprint of the life you are living right now. That child never actually left you. He is sitting inside you right now, making decisions for the adult you have become. Every time you push away love that is finally good to you, that is him protecting you from a pain he never healed. Close your eyes for a second and think back to the house you grew up in. Not the address. Not the furniture. The feeling. That feeling never left you. It became the invisible lens through which you now see every relationship, every opportunity, every risk you're too scared to take. Here's something they never taught you in school. Before the age of 7, your brain was not thinking. It was recording. Every single moment, absorbed directly into your subconscious, with zero filter and zero defense, like dry soil swallowing the first rain after a drought. Every raised voice you heard through a bedroom door became a belief about safety. Every time you cried and no one came became a belief about your worth. You didn't choose a single one of these beliefs. They were installed in you, the exact same way software is installed into a machine that has no power to say no. And here is the part that should terrify you a little. That child never left. He is still alive inside you right now, in this exact moment, silently making decisions for the adult you have become. He is the reason you push away love the moment it feels real. He is the reason you shrink yourself the moment success gets close. He is running an ancient program, written in fear, and you have been obeying it your entire life without ever questioning it once. You are not broken. You were never broken. You are simply running outdated code, written by someone too young to know any better, and it is time you finally saw it for what it really is. Let me show you exactly how this trap works, because once you see it, you can never unsee it again. Your subconscious mind operates on one single rule above all others: familiar feels safe, even when familiar is destroying you. It does not care about your happiness. It only cares about repeating what it already knows. This is why the person who grew up with chaos often finds peace boring. This is why the person who grew up starving for attention chases people who never fully show up. Your mind is not sabotaging you. It is protecting a version of you that stopped growing decades ago. Think about the pattern you keep repeating. The relationship that always ends the same way. The opportunity you always somehow ruin right before it becomes real. That is not bad luck. That is a 7-year-old, still terrified, still trying to keep you small enough to stay safe. Here is a truth that will change how you see your entire life. 95% of your daily thoughts, decisions, and reactions are not coming from you. They are coming from the subconscious mind, running silently in the background like a program you never agreed to install. That means the version of you making choices right now, the one scrolling, doubting, hesitating, is barely 5% of your true power. The rest is buried, waiting for someone to finally go down and confront it. You were never lazy. You were never unworthy. You were simply obeying a frightened child's rules for survival, in a world that no longer requires you to survive, only to finally live. Somewhere right now, there is a moment from your childhood that you have never told anyone about. Not because it was too small, but because it was too heavy for a child to carry alone. That single moment may be the reason you struggle to trust, the reason you flinch when someone gets too close. Your subconscious mind did something brilliant and tragic at the exact same time. It built walls around that pain to protect you. But those same walls that once kept the pain out are now the walls keeping love, opportunity, and joy from ever fully reaching you. This is why some people can achieve everything on paper and still feel completely empty inside. The success is real. The money is real. The achievement is real. But none of it can reach the 7-year-old still standing guard at the door, waiting for a danger that is no longer there. You have spent years trying to fix your life from the outside. New job. New city. New relationship. New reinvention of yourself. But nothing changes for long, because you were always trying to renovate the house while the foundation stayed exactly the same. Here is what nobody told you growing up. Healing does not happen by running from that child. It happens the moment you finally turn around and face him, not with anger, but with the compassion he never received. The moment you stop abandoning that part of yourself is the moment your entire nervous system finally exhales. Not because the past changes, but because you stop needing it to. Here is where most people get it completely wrong. They believe healing means erasing the past, forgetting the pain, acting like it never happened. But that is not healing, that is hiding, and hiding is exactly what has kept you stuck in this cycle for years. Real transformation begins the moment you stop asking why this happened to you, and start asking what that frightened child actually needed to hear back then. Not what you needed to survive it. What you needed to feel safe, to feel chosen, to feel enough exactly as you were. This is called reparenting, and it is one of the most powerful things a human being can do for themselves. You become the adult that child always needed. You become the voice that finally says, I see you, I believe you, and none of this was ever your fault. This is not weakness. This is the bravest work a person can ever do, because it means walking directly into the room you have been avoiding your entire life, and finally turning on the light. The moment you do this, something shifts that cannot be undone. You stop reacting to life through fear, and you start responding to life through choice. The patterns that once controlled you begin to lose their grip, one honest moment at a time. You are not here by accident. Something inside you has been waiting for this exact message, at this exact moment, because some part of you already knows it is finally time to stop surviving and start living. So here is the truth you came here to hear, even if some part of you was afraid to admit it. You were never lazy. You were never broken. You were never too much or not enough. You were simply a child who adapted brilliantly to survive a world you never chose to be born into. But survival was never meant to be a life sentence. That programming served its purpose once, in a moment when you had no other choice. Today, you have a choice. Today, for the first time, you get to sit down with that child inside you and rewrite the story, one honest decision at a time. This is not about blaming your parents, your childhood, or your past. This is about finally taking your power back from a story that was never fully yours to begin with. You did not choose the first chapter. But you, and only you, get to choose every single chapter from this moment forward. If something in you feels shaken right now, good. That is not weakness, that is recognition. That is the 7-year-old inside you finally being seen after decades of silence. Let that feeling move through you instead of running from it, because for the first time, you are not abandoning him. You are coming home to him. You do not need to fix everything today. You do not need to heal completely by tomorrow. You only need to do one thing right now. Stop running. Turn around. And finally say to that child, I am here now, and I am never leaving again. If this video found you today, it was not an accident. Something in you was ready to hear this. So take a breath, feel whatever is rising in you right now, and let this be the moment everything quietly begins to change.